He asked his mother to put her hands into the sling and then weave back and forth. Although it relieved the pain in her arms, it reduced efficiency. This experience completely changed his understanding of the current situation of Indian textile workers. His mother had already developed a chronic disease from the repetitive movements she made tens of thousands of times a day. Sam, who was sensible, never stopped observing and thinking for 10 years since then, and was always looking for ways to reduce his mother's burden. Until one day, the bicycle chain suddenly fell off. He took a lot of effort to put the rusty chain back in place. When he gently stepped on the pedal and watched the tire turn, inspiration suddenly came to him. A few days later, he used wheels and a few wooden boards to make the prototype of the first loom. Two childhood friends walked into the warehouse and laughed at his absurdity. The neighbors also ridiculed him for his wild ideas. Even his parents advised him not to toss anymore, and he should get married and find a woman, and let his wife help weave cloth to make money. The sweet life after marriage made Sam temporarily put aside his dream of invention, until one day, when his wife's arms became weak while fetching water, he realized that he might repeat his mother's fate. So he started to study the loom again. This time, there was someone who supported him. A few months later, the simple loom finally came out. Sam called his relatives and friends to witness this moment together. He turned on the power and the machine started running. But it didn't last for a few seconds, and the motor suddenly exploded. The loud noise shattered the machine and also crushed his confidence. The next day, they moved to the city to live, both to avoid the cold eyes of acquaintances and to save money for motorcycle taxis to improve the loom. But Sam was too honest and didn't know how to bargain, and often couldn't even make back the gas money. When he encountered a runaway in the middle of the night, he could only blame himself for his bad luck. He changed his job to selling flowers, but even passers-by reminded him, "You have to shout louder."
స్విమ్మింగ్ పూల్ అంటే ఎవడు అమ్మడం ఒక కళ రొట్టె రొట్టె డబల్ రొట్టె కొని మంటే పోరని కొట్టే కొట్టే రొట్టె రొట్టె కొట్టే పూలు పూలమ్మ పూలు పూలు పూలమ్మ. Finally, he changed his job to become a truck driver, thinking that he would not have to deal with people when delivering goods and collecting money, but he had an accident again because of overloading.